That's incredible. I hope that goes really well and that you love it.
It's either going to go amazing or it's going to be like hostile.
Welcome to the Kum and Giggle show, where laughter always flows. Full of joy and good vibes, let's banish all our woes. Stories and jokes to make you smile. Tune in and let's engage. Join us on this fun ride, turn the page.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Kum and Giggle podcast. Today, I have my lovely friend, Aleena Axel.
Hi, guys. What's up?
So, Aleena and I have known each other since January, so almost a year. And we met either at XBiz or was it AVN?
I think we've seen each other at both.
Okay, well, either way.
We met at XBiz, bonded more at AVN.
Yeah, it was fun.
Definitely.
Yeah, and you just had me over for Friendsgiving yesterday, which was pretty impressive. So she made everything vegan, homemade from scratch.
And gluten-free, bitch. It took a minute. Oh my God. I was cooking like the whole 2 days prior. Both myself and my friends have really bad allergies. So I was like, how about I just make all the food so I know we're good? And it turned out all right, but it was a lot of work.
It was pretty incredible. I'd have to say the stuffing was some of the best stuffing I've had in my entire life. And your friend that brought the mushroom gravy, I think the mushroom gravy and the stuffing were probably my two favorite items out of everything. I was obsessed. So I'm not a vegan, but I'm very open. I'll eat anything. I'm not really like a health person. I will eat literally like anywhere. I'll eat McDonald's. I'll eat whatever. But I really enjoyed it, which is great for it being plant-based because, like I said, I eat anything. I'll eat meat. I'll eat fish. I'll eat all of it.
Yeah, I grew up eating the same way, honestly, and I am really big on flavor for sure. Like the turkey, first year trying it, still working on the texture, but the flavor was there. But the stuffing was actually my grandma's recipe, so thank you.
You're welcome. Your grandma did a great job with the recipe, and you did a great job with recreating it or doing it her way.
It's been a long time, yeah.
Yeah, you killed it, though.
Thank
It was
you.
so good. And the turkey did have a really great flavor, and I liked the fake skin that you did with the rice paper.
Yeah.
It was wild, though, that the fake meat had, like, a mashed potato texture.
It was made of mashed potatoes.
It was so weird. That part threw me off. I was like, that part's so weird. It's good, but it's weird.
I feel like, so I made multiple different ones, and some of the pieces were cooked more and some were cooked less. So some of them definitely solidified more. But then at that point, like the skin would start to brown to a point where I wasn't happy with the presentation. So I'm like, I figured out the texture thing.
Yeah. I'm sure you'll get it down, but it was pretty good.
I had a good time. Honestly, though, I spent so long stressing over all the prep work and cooking that when it was time to finally sit down and eat, I could barely because I was just like, I was so high-keyed up, bro. Like,
I mean, I liked it so much, but I got such a big plate of the food that I didn't even really get to try dessert, which kind of bummed me out because I watched you make the pumpkin pie out of fresh pumpkin that you pulled out of the oven and like peeled the skin off of and out of the seeds. And I was like, damn it, I'm full and I can't even have any pie.
well, we don't live too far. I have leftovers, but trust me, you miss it out on those desserts because they were so good. Oh my gosh.
They looked really good. And it was funny how the marshmallows expanded.
Oh my God. They took that oven out of here today. I'm like, peace.
Yeah, I'm glad you're getting a new oven or got one.
Yeah, me too. It was supposed to get here a week ago, so I had to cook everything for Friendsgiving without a temp sensor. So when you turn the oven on, it just starts heating, and that thing doesn't stop. So yeah, it would just keep heating up, and that thing wouldn't stop. So eventually, like, you just have to like turn it off and then turn it back on, and that's how I had to cook everything because of my broken oven. Oh, I was so mad at my property management. But what are you gonna do? They fuck up everything.
Yeah, it can be really hard living in apartments and dealing with people. I mean, I've done that in the past and it's not fun.
I'm actually currently in contact with like legal help though, because I pay for like washer and dryer use on site in my lease, and I've been there for 1.5 years now, and it's been broken the whole time that I've lived there, and I've submitted multiple maintenance requests.
Really?
Yeah.
That long and they haven't taken care of it?
Yeah. So, and there's only 4 units in the whole apartment, and we've all submitted maintenance requests on these washer and dryers, and they just don't do anything. So I'm
That's
like,
ridiculous.
but since it's in the lease, I feel like I have a legal case. So I'm figuring that out.
I think all of you do.
Yeah, a lawsuit for sure. And it's a pretty big
Man.
company, so they can afford to pay it.
That's wild. So how long have you been in the entertainment industry?
Entertainment industry. So adult entertainment or just entertainment?
Entertainment in general, I guess.
God, so I started acting in plays when I was very, very young. I started doing special effects makeup, acting in short films for friends. I was in video production all throughout high school. I did some modeling very lightly in high school for friends. And then after I turned 18, not long after, I got my very first boudoir modeling gig. And that got published on the cover of Baywatch magazine.
Oh, that's huge.
And that's what kind of inspired me to keep going with it, because I had really no wants in being a model. Like, photographers just approached me and asked in my hometown. Growing up in LA, you know, you're kind of indoctrinated into media for the most part. But a bunch of people asked to shoot with me. Eventually I did it. It ended up getting published on the cover of a magazine, and I'm like, who? What? Where? I guess I'm going to keep doing this. So I started modeling very young, and then when I was around 19 or 20, I decided to go live in a van and travel across the U.S., and so I opened an OnlyFans and started selling the selling these spicy pictures from all these photo shoots that I was doing to support myself while I lived in a van and traveled. And so, let's see, my van broke down when I got hit by a drunk driver here in Colorado Springs. And a girl who was living in a bus started teaching me how to strip. She had a pole. She had done stripping.
Is that why you live here, or how
Literally,
you moved here?
Yes. So I went to go do van life with my dog, and I'm traveling in a Toyota Highlander that I built out and remodeled. And it's a whole entire year into my van life trip. I get to Colorado. I had been here once before. I knew I wanted to visit. It's gorgeous. And a drunk driver hits my van and takes off. And so I'm like, oh, well, I got to fix this. So this girl from Florida who was doing bus life, and I'm doing van life from SoCal, right? We left at the same time. We meet at this random spot, Nevada, near the jail, near the train tracks, because that's one of the only places you can park and sleep in your car legally without cops bothering you. And
Can't you legally also do that at Walmart?
A lot of times Walmart will ask you to leave, actually, like across all the states that I've been
I didn't know that. I used to think that legally you could park at Walmarts and sleep there.
If it's a 24 hours, but ever since the...
okay.
So they don't do 24 hours
anymore.
But Cracker Barrel, hospitals, hotels, stuff like that is usually going to be a safe place to sleep. So I had found the spot to park my car. I had to get it towed there, actually. And I'm like, what am I going to do? Like, this is my entire home. And this girl who lives in a bus who's from Florida was like, let me teach you how to strip, and I'll drive you back and forth through the strip club. And I was like, all right. So that's when I started, I would say, in like in-person sex work. Once I had the money to fix my van, I decided, I really like this place. I think I want to stay here. And I was still doing the modeling thing while I lived in my van and traveled across the U.S. But, you know, airports, I can just fly to LAX.
Yeah, and it's not bad at all. The Colorado Springs airport is quick. It's in and out.
I usually just drive up to Denver because Colorado Springs is so much more expensive to fly out of than Denver. But because if I book my work trips in advance, I can usually get a round trip ticket to LA and back for like $100 from Denver. So
depending upon how far you book out, sometimes you can do that with the Springs too. If you do Southwest, yeah, but it usually has layovers. It's not direct.
Oh yeah, well, I usually get layover in Vegas normally for my cheapest ticket, but it's like not a great airline.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of dealing with the layovers, but I will say if you book in advance, you can get tickets round trip for like 100, 200 round trip, Burbank to Colorado Springs.
We have a Travel Tuesday coming up too for extra deals. I'm booking all my tour dates on Travel Tuesday. I'm going to book all my flights, so I'm super excited.
I'm so excited for Travel Tuesday. Isn't that like December 3rd?
3rd, yeah, this year. So yeah, that's when I started doing in-person sex work, and then I stripped for a few years. I continued doing OnlyFans. I continued modeling, both creative and regular modeling, and then sex work modeling as well. I started making a lot of my own content at home. And then one day a scout reached out to me for 101 models and asked...
Probably Danny Frost.
It wasn't Danny.
No? Who was it?
So it was I don't know. It was like a scout for one of their agents. It wasn't one of their agents. I have pictures of him.
Yeah, Danny's not an agent. Danny's the scout. He's the one that runs their Twitter.
I have Danny's phone number and have him personally on Instagram, but it wasn't him. I have pictures of him, but this dude actually creeped me out. he was trying to kind of like push me into doing anal for my first scene. And I was
Oh.
like, no. And then he goes, oh, but we'll give you this rate. And it's the only way you can get this starting rate. So I went to the top 5 porn agencies. I applied to every one. And I said, give me a regular boy-girl scene for this top rate. And you have my contract. And Riley with Hussy Models was able to do that for me. He got me a regular BG with a higher rate, negotiated. So 101 lost me because of their weird scouter. I don't know. I'll show you pictures of him. He sent me a bunch of pictures with him and girls. It was very creepy.
He sounds really creepy.
Oh, it was. And I'm like, you're not even an agent, like, or a manager or anything. What are you trying to tell me, like, what scene to do first for what company? And anyways.
Yeah, I've been with 101 Modeling since 2013, and I've had really good experiences. But also, when I signed up with Bud and Robert and Fran.
I love Fran. Oh my God,
she's
all
the
really
best.
She's
when
you have
a sweetheart.
When you have an old British lady who's like, hey, do you want 6 guys to pound your pussy today? I'm like, okay, Fran. Like, she's like has the sweetest old lady British accent, and she's just like, are you down for a BBBBBG? I'm like, I've done like 3. I've done like 3 videos. Come on, Fran.
I mean, she always has to check, though, like if somebody inquires about you, because she doesn't want to just automatically say, oh, she's not going to do it, and then not give you the work.
Team Skeet wanted me for a hijab scene, and I was like,
they wanted me for that, too.
I refused. I'm like, I can't.
I said no also. They asked for me to do that, and I was like,
I can't, dude. I can't be a Mia Khalifa this early on.
That's so disrespectful to people's religions, and I don't want to be known for that. I'm like, no, I'm good.
People aren't looking for respect in porn.
Yeah, but for that, you can get death threats.
That's true. She did.
Not only that, but she also got banned from, I think, like Lebanon or somewhere else. She literally can't travel to certain countries because of it.
Oh my God.
So I don't want to
scene.
I don't want to be banned from certain countries. Yeah. I don't want to like have.
I ended up doing a different scene with them, but I said no to that one, and I said no to like the 6-way. I'm like, absolutely not.
Yeah, I said no to the hijab one too.
So Riley got me my very first scene with NVG.
Okay.
And I loved it so much. I loved working with them. It was a great opportunity. I was super nervous and anxious, but it was a good scene. And then afterwards, I didn't hear anything from Riley, my agent, and I would check in with him. I would text him all the time. And after a certain amount of months passed, it said in my contract that if I'm willing and able to work and they are unable to get me work within a certain amount of time, that I can end my contract on my terms. And so I ended my contract with them, and I went back to 101. And I'm like, after all the research I've done, I think I would like to give this another try. Your scout just scared me off last time. And I sent them pictures and like told them about all of that. And so I went with 101, just re-signed my contract. I negotiated my own second scene when I was apart from an agency with NVG. So I went and did a second NVG. And then I did POVR in Vegas. Mm-hmm. And then I did Team Skeet for their shoplifter site. And then I did some like personal smaller sites, Thursday Night Girls or whatever it's called. And that's all I've done so far for like porn, honestly. So modeling, OnlyFans, stripping, porn, that's it.
Well, your alternative and alt looks tend to do a little bit better on the personal creation side, I've noticed.
Really? And now I'm doing camming too, which I just got into this summer. And
I love camming.
Really liking it.
I've been on StreamMate since 2018.
So I have a friend who's been on StreamMate since like around the time you started porn, so like 2013, like over 10 years.
That's a long time.
She's been on StreamMate for like 12, 15 years, and she's like, hey, you want to try camming?
She must be killing it.
Dude, she let me come to her house for a week and taught me everything about it, and like we cammed together, and it was a great opportunity. But StreamMate takes like 80% of your money.
70.
It's an insane amount. I think it's 75.
Nope, it's 70.
It's 70. I thought I was getting 25, but compared that to the only 20% that things like Playboy or OnlyFans take, I found that I'm making a lot more revenue just camming on there or streaming on there.
Yeah.
Because of my social media sites, I've been able to grow my OnlyFans to like over 4,000 right now, and so that's a pretty...
On your free page or your paid page?
For my free page.
I was about to say, because if that's your paid page, you're making a killing.
I wouldn't be living at the apartment I'm in right now if that were true.
I had to ask. I was curious.
But so that's 4,000 people who have dedicated that follow just to see me, versus with StreamMate, they're taking that 70% to pay for your marketing, to bring people to the site, right? Well, I've already accumulated 4,000 people in one place who want to see me. So I'm making a lot more money streaming or camming on there, and they take a lot less as well. I've found, which kind of sucks because I do love StreamMate and I love like the setup of everything. I love like the private calls and stuff, but finding my way on other sites.
Yeah, StreamMate does well for me, but I think it's because I've been on it for a while.
I can make like $100 an hour ish, like on a good night. So like, but I mean that means that I'm making them like 300 or 400 in that hour, which is just insane to me.
Yeah, I think it's pretty insane too when I make them 400, 500, 600 an hour, and
you're coming home with like 125, 150,
and then you still have to pay taxes out of it because they don't take the taxes out, which sucks.
It is,
but did
having
you know
your own business really helps with that?
Did you know, though, the percentage that they take along with the percentage that OnlyFans takes is technically a tax write-off?
Yes, 100%. You only pay taxes on what you get net, not gross. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I just thought I'd let you know that in case you didn't know, because like, not everybody knows that.
So for a while, I had somebody helping me manage my OnlyFans, and they were bringing in like $10K a month, but I was splitting it with them. And so like, again, what I paid them for management is a tax write-off. So yeah.
I did a management thing for a little bit. I've tried a couple of different management teams, and they all suck.
Mine were doing really well in my OnlyFans, but they fucked up with me a few times by lying to me. They were like, hi, meet our assistant so-and-so. And they have a name and a face that's a girl, but it's some guy in the Middle East, bro. And I'm like, listen, like, you can just be straight up for me, like, from the get. Like, do not lie to me. And so I ended my contract with them just for lying to me. They were making me great money, and they were managing my account really well.
I had people make me great money, but then not send out the content, even though, like, they told me what was sold. They had me film it. They had me send it to them, but then they never sent it to the customers.
That's so weird. They were really on top of messaging the customers for sure, and like pulling good money out of them. But I'm like, you're not gonna make $5,000 a month off of me and be lying to me, bitch. No.
Yeah, it's not cool.
Try again.
It's messed up.
Not the one.
I completely agree with you on that. That's not cool at all.
So now I'm just like looking for a friend or something to manage it.
I'm just managing my own shit right now, and if I find the right person,
like, yeah, exactly. I'm just like, I'll do it until I find the right fit for sure.
It's better to just make sure it's managed by yourself.
But I'm doing so much other stuff that like that will be a huge thing like off my shoulders for sure when I can find trustworthy management for that, and it'll make me and somebody else some good money. So
yeah, that's very, very true. So I have these really cool stickers if you would like one.
Ooh.
It says Denver Dildos. So that's from one of my prior guests, John Brown Comedy. Mm-hmm. And he does comedy shows at Looney's. He does the Dark Hour every month.
This is sick.
So
I love stickers.
I'll let you have a couple stickers from his comedy show. I thought I might as well.
Dildos.
Aren't they cool?
It reminds me of like a bad dragon almost.
I could see that. Yeah, it does look like a Bad Dragon toy. It'd be funny if Bad Dragon made like a Denver Broncos toy.
It's like a horse cock.
That'd be hilarious.
Literally though, it's orange and blue and shit. You can add sparkles.
And this is a mystery kink button, the video game that I'm going to be in.
Ooh, sick.
Well, I'm already in it, but it's not out yet. But you know what I mean when I say gonna be in it.
You're the redhead, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm the redhead from back when I had my dark hair.
It is supposed to be. It's supposed to be like a
Scooby-Doo parody.
Cool, that's what I thought. I'm like,
yeah, it's mystery kink. I'm so excited for it, and it's kind of like a Leisure Suit Larry game style play, and you have to unravel the clues and solve the mystery of the phallus stones. It's gonna be really funny.
That sounds like a really cool experience for sure.
It's a comedy game mixed with horror
right
movies
up your alley.
And stuff. Yep, porn, comedy, and horror all in one. It's very me. So, do you have any projects coming up that you'd like to promote or talk about, or events coming up that you're going to be at where fans could meet you?
Ooh, absolutely. So first of all, I'm sure you guys can find my Instagram linked somewhere in the show notes, Aleena.Axel. If not, that's what I use the most. So if you want to find me, that's where I am. I will be at AVN and XBiz in January in LA and Vegas if you guys want to meet me. I will be going on a modeling tour across the US, so both West Coast, East Coast, and I'm also probably going to do Hawaii this year. So I'll be in each location for a few weeks just for regular photo shoots, creative work, stuff like that. And then the thing I am the most excited about, I will be going to Tallinn, Estonia next February for the entire month to
Holy
live.
cow, that's gonna be cool.
I'm going to be living in a content creator warehouse where millions of strangers are watching me on CCTV cameras, the day in the life of a content creator.
That's gonna be cool.
I'm really
my
excited because the
gosh.
company's flying me out. They're paying for my food while I'm there. They're paying me to be there. I just focus on creating content for my sites, making money on camming, and people want to be creeps and watch, so I get paid for it.
Dude, that's incredible. I hope that goes really well and that you love it.
It's either going to go amazing or it's going to be like hostile.
Well, hopefully it goes amazing. Hopefully it's not a hostile situation.
You know, they don't like Americans over there. I don't blame them.
I'm hoping it'll be good, though. I hope it'll be a positive experience.
Like I said, it's going to be real good or real bad. I'm going to Estonia. Like, half the people have never even heard of that place. I never heard of it before I found this place.
So what did you do to check everything to make sure it's legit and that you're going to be safe?
Another creator that I know of has not only been out there to the warehouse herself, and she was promoting for it, and I do trust her.
That's good to know.
But she not only helps work on the more management side of it, but her partner also works for like the financial side of it. So I do know it's legit. It's not just like a super elaborate scam to kidnap me.
Okay, I just had to ask because you never know with human trafficking, and it's better to be safe than sorry.
The same thing. I was supposed to go like volunteer at an orphanage in Nepal 2 years back, and I got an invitation. I ended up not being able to get my passport in time, even though I paid for an expedited passport. It was a mess. But my godfather thought the same thing. He was like, "You're gonna get abducted." I'm like, "No, these kids in Nepal." But yeah,
it's better to be safe than sorry, and you never know. Like, you have to be wary about things. I've traveled out of the country a few times, but I had to check everything and be careful about it.
I've only been to the Grand Cayman Islands when I was a kid, and I haven't been necessarily out of the country on my own, even though it's a huge goal of mine to travel, see the world. But I want to leave the country and not come back. I just want to go backpack Europe. I want to go bus house Europe. I want to settle down in like Switzerland or the Netherlands or something like that. Like,
I've gotten to visit Prague. I've also gotten to visit South Africa, which was really cool. That's probably one of the most beautiful places I've ever been.
I would say Australia or like South Africa.
Africa's incredible. Highly recommend it. Absolutely loved Africa. That's a place that I would like to go back to. I briefly passed through Dubai, and Dubai is gorgeous.
Very rich place, yes.
It's very expensive, which is why I'm happy it was for work and everything was paid for.
You know, if you let some dude shit on your chest, I heard you could make a mill.
I don't think I would do that. I'm good. I'd rather be broke.
It's a whole thing. Look it up. You'll see.
Yeah, that's a fetish that I can't see myself catering to. I can't see myself catering to that. I mean, everybody has their kinks. I'm not going to shame, but that's not my thing. I don't do anything poop related, pee related, none of that.
Yeah,
no puke content.
No golden showers.
None of that. None of that.
Puke content. Oh no. So one of my friends thought it was cool that I do porn. So she decided to go sign with a company, and then she went to her very first scene was with facial abuse.
Oh, I've
on
shot
the East Coast. She threw up and they made her eat it. Oh, that's disgusting. That's disgusting. I felt so bad. Now she never wants to do porn again. I'm like, nah, facial abuse is really, really rough. And that's the one company that I've been told to never work with. Don't do it. Also, legal porno, don't do them. I've never heard of them, but thanks. They're in Prague, and I shot with them. And when I went out there, it was for my first double anal. And they told me that it was just going to be my first double anal with two regular size like white cocks. Yeah. And then I get to Prague, and when I get there, they tell me it's going to be a 3-guy BBC gangbang for my first double anal. Oh my God. And they tried to force me to do pee content. Ew.
They wanted me to drink pee and get peed on. I refused that part.
How much extra were they offering? Jesus.
Nothing extra.
Ew.
Nothing extra.
Then guess what? Nothing extra. Nothing extra. Sorry.
I said no. I was like, I told you guys I do not do pee content before I even came out here. And you guys did not disclose to me that it would be 3 men. You did not disclose that it would be BBCs for my first double anal. You did not disclose that it was going to be a gangbang for my first double anal.
So that's what a lot of people
And they injured me so bad I couldn't do the multiple scenes I was supposed to do. I only did one scene.
Wait, you ended up doing it?
I did it. Yeah, I flew there. They flew me
Jesus.
there. They had control over my tickets. They bought my ticket there and home. They had my tickets in their name and shit, and I didn't want to get stranded in Prague.
And did you book this personally, or was this booked through 101?
101 booked it.
Really? That's so crazy.
But Legal Porno's a legit company, but they lied to Robert and they lied to me and they lied to everybody.
Because normally 101 is very
good about it.
Safe, making sure that we know what's going to happen.
Well,
that we're
the thing is, they
comfortable.
lied to 101. If they lie to your agent and you're
What
in a
can they
different
do?
country, they can't do anything. Robert's very good about protecting you if it's in LA, but that wasn't in LA and I got screwed over.
Yikes, bro. Yeah, I think that's like a lot of people think that like the industry's like that every time, but I've come to notice that
Most people
mostly
are good.
really safe. Like
Most people are
I've
good.
been treated with respect, and I felt very comfortable on all the sets that I've been on, and 100% like never any of my boundaries crossed, which I'm very thankful for. And I know it's very easy to happen, but like, I mean, if you look at like typical hookup culture, right? I feel like the porn industry is so much better because like I'm young, right? So let's say that like whatever, I want something, right? So instead of going on Tinder and meeting up with some random guy at a bar where he's gonna expect me to sleep with him, right? So I can either get assaulted when we go home, I could get an STD, I could end up pregnant, I could end up with a stalker, I could end up in a fucking relationship that's gonna break my heart, right? But guess
Raped,
what?
murdered, trafficked.
Or let's just say I'm feeling some type of way. I text my agent. I'm like, yo, get me this type of scene, right? And they hit me back and they're like, I got you this, and this for this pay. What nice ass city do you want to fly to and go get up at your ass in a hotel, go have fun with a professional who knows what he's doing, who's
tested
clean,
and
respectful. Not only tested, but also washed everything very well. Like, it smells like soap down here. I'm happy. Please come again. So
it's so much better.
I'm getting paid. They know what they're doing. I'm safe. There's a whole team on set there to make sure that I'm comfortable and safe the entire time. I'm getting good dick and I'm getting paid. Like, what? And no babies, no STDs. We're all tested the day before. Like, it's the best way to hook up with somebody and be safe.
That's one of my favorite things about being in the entertainment
if
industry.
you're attractive enough to do porn, porn's better than Tinder, guys.
Here's the thing, you don't even have to be attractive if you have a big dick.
Oh, yeah, so if you're a guy,
like,
if you want to be a stunt dick, that's all right.
I'm just saying,
if you're
you don't
a woman,
have
though,
to be attractive if you have a
the
big
girls
dick.
kind of do, though. The girls need to be at least a little bit pleasant to look at.
Depending upon who you're shooting for, because you'd have to think, like...
You're right, there might be a kink around, like, fucking ugly girls. Pig parties.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
No, there's
It's a
different
thing.
sites. There's BBW sites, and there's a niche for everything.
Yeah.
You know, there are 300-pound women that do adult videos.
Yep.
And everybody has their own vision of what's beautiful.
Yeah,
So
you're right. So like, yeah,
even
everybody's
if,
attractive in their own way.
Yeah, even if you don't think somebody's conventionally attractive, somebody else is going to be like, "That's the most beautiful person I've ever seen."
So that on that
So
note, if you don't
even
think you're attractive, go do porn because somebody's gonna like that shit.
Yeah, somebody will find you attractive. You might think you're ugly, but somebody else is.
Someone's gonna come
like,
to you.
It's so true, though.
I mean, it's a nice confidence boost. Dude, so, okay, because I have a regular life and I do, like, mainstream media outside of porn, I have this one fan who texts me all the time. And I sent you the screenshot already. Yeah. I'm sitting there on my phone and I get this pop-up. He goes, dude, you're the best ever. You're so undercover. I watch you every day. And then he goes, you're like the Hannah Montana of porn. Like, you're out here living a natural ass life, but on the side doing fucking porn, and you're so good at it. When I got that Hannah Montana of porn text, that went out to like 4 different people immediately.
It's
I was
hilarious.
like, that is so good. Stop.
I absolutely love it.
I definitely have met some really cool people overall. And like the strip club too, like you would think that it's mainly like grimy guys that go into the strip club. I've met some really cool people. I've met old men who've lived fantastic lives. I've met business owners. I've learned a lot from the
meet
incredible
a lot of really
people.
great people. I will say I danced for 2 months when I was 19. And I wasn't a big fan of dancing, but I did meet a lot of great people doing it. So that part was cool. You do get a good experience out of it.
As you seen at Friendsgiving yesterday, I love to put on a show any chance I get.
You did a good job too. And I liked your tennis ball earrings that matched your outfit.
Dude, that's for a photo shoot. I'm so excited.
Dude, they were so cute.
I love you. Those earrings were bought for me by a fan. Thank you, BB.
Absolutely adorable, and it matches your aesthetic really well.
Thank you so much. I need like tennis shoes that match that color because it's going to be so sick. But for those who weren't there yesterday, you missed my amazing pole show for all my beautiful friends in the middle of Friendsgiving. We moved the table in the living room and everything so I could strip for my friends.
It was badass.
So I literally danced for the feeling of like performing, like being 15, 20 feet up in the air, topless, hanging upside down backwards, just hanging from this thing. What looks like should not be physically possible. And you're just full of adrenaline. Your heart is racing.
I am so scared of heights. I could never.
And then you hear, I love you, Buttercup. And it's some drunk lady with a drink, like, and you know, there's nothing like that moment for me. It's so exhilarating. Like, I love to perform. And even like, I don't mind giving VIP dances because my club is a completely no-touch club. So like, I like that separation of I still am performing, even though I'm really close to you. Yeah. This is still a performance.
I had no clue that it was a no-touch club until you told me that. I thought that, you know, it was still like normal strip club, like lap dances, grinding, touching.
No, so like I mean, I like you seen me do the handstand into that girl's lap, right?
Yeah.
I do that to people, and that's maybe the most contact that I have with them. And then there's dividers between the seats, and I'll like jump up and do a split on the sides of the dividers, so they
that's
just
so
look
cool.
up, and I'm like, yeah. But yeah, it's mostly performance for me. Like if I was just on stage, and if I made all of my money on stage and didn't do a private dance, I would still be happy. Like I love being on stage and performing.
I like being on stage too, but I think that's why I'm more into like stand-up comedy and different things that I do, because I like it more from the talking and making people laugh perspective. It makes me really happy when I can make people laugh.
I like making bitches jaw drop.
You know what I love most in life?
What?
Orgasms and laughter. So if I can make people come and giggle, like being a porn star and being a comic, that's my two favorite things. Yeah. I can make people laugh and I can make them come.
Make people happy. Make people happy all around.
Yeah. It's the best.
I love that so much.
So we're nearing the end of the show. And you know what that means?
What does that mean?
Pick a marker and you get to sign the wall.
Oh, sick. No way.
Yes. What color?
Probably the black one. Let's go with this.
Okay. Pick a spot.
Hear that silence, guys?
Oh, so I know you said it earlier, but how about before we end the show again, you tell everybody all of your handles where they can find you?
Oh, absolutely. So Instagram is Aleena.Axel, ALEENA.AXEL. I get shadow banned for the hot stuff I post, so I might be further down in search. Or my gallery page, Aleena Axel Gallery, has my tag also in the bio. So if you see that, you should be able to find me on any social media, TikTok, Facebook, anything with just the search at Aleena Axel. So yeah, I hope to see you guys. And if you come follow me, let me know that you're from my girls podcast.
I hope that you guys have a great weekend. I'm going to make, well, I guess weekend, whatever it is, whenever this gets posted. I hope that you have a great time. I'm going to make like a banana and split. We'll see you again soon.